So I watched this tutorial for making a tennis ball in Modo in less than 5 minutes by Peter, and I'm sorry I can't pronounce your surname there. I'll have a go. Stambach? Anyway, I thought I'd try and be clever and do this in Wings 3D, so I'll try and do this in Wings 3D in less than 5 minutes. So right click and create a cube. Much like Peter did in his tutorial, I'm going to use the nature of the edges on this cube to create my shape. So select those edges that I have selected there. I don't know how else I would describe that selection. Right click and set the hardness for those to hard. So they will now appear orange in the wireframe in the sort of default display in Wings 3D. Select the entire item and press smooth. So that's the S key for the shortcut once, twice, and then switch to vertex mode. Now you can see that this has created a nice sinusoidal sort of shape that would be appropriate for a tennis ball, but these sides are not really helping us out here. So what I shall do now is right click, deform, inflate, and then set the inflation by hitting tab to 100. At this point now I'm going to select for edge mode, press space to select everything, then go into edge mode, select this edge, press L for loop, I for identical, L for loop, I for identical, and that will have selected that loop all the way around this shape. Bevel that a bit, right click and extrude it normally into the shape a bit, press space to deselect, then select these edges in here, which can be a bit tricky. Okay, select those edges, press L for loop, I for identical, L for loop, I for identical, and just keep doing that. If any don't select, then just select them manually and just do that again. Hopefully you'll get all those edges, and then right click and bevel them down like so, and then select the entire item and press S for smooth again, press space to deselect. Now select this line down the middle, press L for loop, that will be a continuous loop, and then hit delete. Right click, select the entire item and right click and just clean up, because there will have been little vertices left in there. Then you can use an edge selection here, press G to select all the way around, select face tool, press plus to expand that selection, press plus again, right click, set the material by right clicking, I'll call this one grey, okay, and set it to a grey colour. Now select and selection inverse, right click again, right click for material, and I'll set this for green, whatever yellowy green it's appropriate colour for a tennis ball. So I think that's about sort of that sort of colour. Okay, press space to deselect, and I'll hit tab to see how it looks when it's subdivided. That looks, well, it looks okay. Possibly these could do with a bit more subdivision, but essentially that's it. So in fact what I'll do is I'll select it and press S to subdivide it one more level, and then see how it looks when it's subdivided, so you can get quite a clean shape. Possibly I've gone a bit sharp on this edge, but that depends how much of a bevel edge you put on, and I've yet to get to grips with good and bad geometry. I've got a little bit closer thanks to Peter's other tutorials, but there you go. Essentially that's how I would tackle making this tennis ball shape in Wings 3D, and I've managed to do it in less than 4 minutes, though by going very quickly. Cheers now.